What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about mana today, Decentraland, at the request of Random. We're doing this for you, my friend. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, of course. Here we go. So we're sitting at about 58.8 cents now on mana. Had a recent drawback over the past couple days. Saw a price as low as about 52.7 cents there, getting pretty low. I do believe that that was our low for mana. We could still see a retracement down to about 50 cents, but I don't think we need to. I think from our relative high to low, we have hit that, just below the 382 area. Relative low to high there, I'm sorry. Finding support here is totally fine. It's an area that we found support at a few times back here before selling off. Maybe this time instead we will pump. I don't know. I'm hoping we do. You go back in time even more, you see resistance there, resistance, support in this area, right? Support here, support there. So significant area that we're at right now, to say the least. We look at the daily time frame. It's just like most crypto right now, man. It's such a beautiful kind of structure with this parabolic, or not parabolic, parallel kind of trend up. It does appear to me that you've got another higher low coming in right around the 45. This could get you set up to see some overbought readings, probably around Christmas time, right? Probably at this pace around Christmas time is what I would think. And that would make sense because I think around Christmas time, the market is going to see a huge rally. We're going to get a huge pump. Mana itself will probably break out of this overall consolidation phase. And I think what we're going to see is a move up from a high to a low of this fib, actually all the way down here. I think what we would see, because not only are we breaking resistance, we're breaking the 382, I think we're going to see an immediate move up to the 61869. So here we are, below 59 cents, right at 59 cents essentially, with not a guarantee, but the way I'm looking at this thing, man, it's like a promise. It really is. It's like I'm not promising you, but it's like the chart is promising me, and therefore I'm by extension telling you what I'm seeing here. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't promise you anything. Nothing's guaranteed, of course. Tomorrow this thing could shit the bed. You never know, right? A fault could happen. There could be a backdoor flaw that gets exploited. Who knows? Probably not going to happen. All I'm trying to say is, though, the chart looks very, very tempting, very, very promising. That you're going to see a move that's something on the order of like 188% from its current price to 252% at a minimum. This is the minimum range that you would go to by the end of the year, if not by the end of January, somewhere, and probably likely sometime in late January. The only exception to this would be that you don't stop here, but you continue going through. It's been very common this cycle for a lot of coins that have had these like long phases of accumulation or multi-cycle consolidation phases. They have torn right through their 618 and gone all the way up to the 786, 886. This is mana. This is not the all-time history for mana. Let's look at the all-time history that we have available to us. It's on Kraken, I think. And this, I don't know if it's the all-time history, but what we have available. This is one of the most bullish charts in crypto, you guys. One of the most bullish charts in crypto. It's very, very good structure, man. Finding support like this on your previous all-time high area, very solid horizontal channel to accumulate in, very nice accumulation range, you guys. This is set up for a very immaculate run up from a low to a high. Last cycle, mana did a 400. It did, what is that? That's a 419x, almost a 400. Yeah, basically almost a 420x. Okay. The stoners had a field day, 420x essentially. And whenever it did decide to move, in the course of 3 months' time, from a low point to a high point, it did a 32x, okay, in 3 months' time. So whenever I'm telling you that within the next month and a half to 2 months, we could see a move that goes all the way up to, something like this. Instead of a 32x, I'm calling for a 5x, a 6, 7x, something like that. I think that it's completely possible, right? Again, I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen. We're not going to see $2.92, $4.06. I'm not saying we're going to see this range immediately. I think inevitably we will, and inevitably we will see higher highs, new all-time highs for mana. Of course, I think that mana is going to be worth more than 20 bucks, if not more than 40 bucks by the end of the cycle. Here we are sitting at 58 cents now, right? Very solid gains by the end of the cycle. But by the end of this move, which I believe to be by the end of January, you have a very solid chance of seeing a move that's something on the lines of like a 4, almost a 5x to like a 7x, man. You really do from the current price. You've got that potential in you now, right? And that's kind of the height of the move that I would expect. At a minimum, $1.67 to $2.12. At a minimum, you're going to move up more than $1 from where you are now. I very much do believe man is at a great area to buy. If we look, like, no doubt in my mind, I give this the green light, right? There's no hesitation. There's no skepticism to that in my head at all. I think it's fine. It's a green light to buy here. If I had more capital on the side, which I don't, because I'm fully deployed in the markets at this point, man, I'm not ashamed, right? I've had a couple people. Shout out to Mr. Chocolate Cookie on this note. He was saying he wishes he had cash on the side so he could put more money in on the dips. But it's like, I mean, if you buy in before the rip, then any dip that comes, it's going to be higher than where you could have bought anyways. If you're fully deployed before things take off, you should be in good spirits anyways. But I always wish I had more capital to buy on the dips too, of course. But I don't know, little sidebar there. All I'm trying to say is last time we found resistance here, we literally came down and we found support right at, like, we found resistance here, found support there, found resistance here, found support there. I don't think we're getting this reaction this time. We didn't have the same volume. We just didn't. We didn't get the same high readings that we did. I guess that's actually pretty, that to be completely fair, that's pretty on par, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. The green line isn't sloped up the exact same, it's much more bullish what we're doing here. And you can see it in the move overall, right? Look at how long it took you to get up here. Look at how fast it was here. Look at the volume, right? You can tell it's different. All I'm trying to say is we found support at the area that we found support before. I think that's it. I don't think we're going any lower. Green light to buy. You have an opportunity right now to buy an asset that likely will be worth more than a dollar higher from where it is now. You're going to see a greater than 150% move at a minimum by the end of this month, if not by the end of January. And this is kind of your last call, your all aboard moment, man. You look at it on a weekly basis, you're finding support here, not just the last time you found support over here, but at this area of resistance, right? We put a line right there at the bottom. You found resistance here, you found support here, you found support going back here, kind of in this support zone here, support back here, nothing going any further back than that, but it's at a pretty significant area. Very, very significant area. I don't know if I have anything else I want to say, man. I think I've said everything that I need to say. Yeah. We'll just finish it with all-time high predictions, right? So Mana from a high to a low last cycle ran all the way up to its 200 level, right up there, just above its 1886, okay? Pulled all the way back down to around its 886, from its 1886 to right around its 886. Kind of serendipitous in my opinion. From a high to a low, I love fibs, man. They do that kind of thing. From a high to a low, if we were to see that same kind of growth, that would take us all the way up to $111 to $162. Now, I don't believe that's going to happen personally. Those were targets on the board at the very beginning of the cycle, but that was at a different time, man. Mana back then, from this low to that high, that took us 20 months there, right? From that low to that high, that whole move, that 420x move, that went to the 1886 200 level from this high to low here. Right? I'm going to try to move this. That move there went up to this 1886 200 level. That took 20 months, okay? If from our low here, we were to do that same move, that would mean that Mana's bull cycle doesn't end until April of 2026. And I'm all for that notion. I would love it if the crypto bull market didn't end until April of 2026, but I don't think that's going to happen. So, in other words, you're going to have a shorter phase up. You're going to have a shorter bull cycle this time around, Mana, than you did last cycle. Odds are, being that you're at higher prices now with higher market caps, you probably don't see a larger run than you did last cycle. Probably not. So I wouldn't think the 1886 or the 1272 is on the table now, right? I don't know how high you're going to go, but what I can say is I'm pretty confident you're not going to see these levels here, okay? So somewhere in here is more feasible. I think between about 46 bucks and 14 bucks is very doable. I think 14 bucks sounds a little bit cheap for this coin. 23 bucks sounds a bit fair, and 45 bucks we're getting away with murder a little bit. So I would love to see that. I'd love to cash out like a bandit and get up here at these plus $40 areas. I think it's very possible for Mana to see, just drawing this kind of like this. Maybe let's try and draw it a little bit better. I guess that's appropriate. Something in this, right? Like that. Delete all this. Move this over. zoom it out like this or zoom it in, it kind of looks on par, right? It looks like it would be right on par for this parallel channel that you got going on. I didn't draw the straightest line, but you can kind of see what I'm going for, right? Like it's not off base at all. So we might even see higher prices. Who knows? But at this point, guys, I'm running out of steam. I'm rambling. I don't know if I have anything else I want to say. If we do continue to build from this fib, like there's the 2618 all the way up at $38, which is also, again, that's pretty close to that $45 area that we have other targets for. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just running out of things to say, so I guess I'll end the video there. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. It's a great time to buy mana. Green light for sure. 58 cents right now. $1.60 something cents by the end of the month, and then $2 and something cents by the end of January or more. And that's all I got for you guys. So take care. See you on the next one. Bye bye.